right, good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? We got some people here in the classroom as well. All right, let's see. So we are going to talk about Instagram Reels and Stories today. I'm going to go over the basics, how to create a business account. It is free. And towards the end, Thomasina is going to talk a little bit about how she made over 14K, 14,000 in 1 month. That's right. You can make some money off of this for just, a few minutes a day, a few hours a week. Pretty simple. But we're going to go over that. So let's see. We are recording this too. So if anybody missed the class, they can view this later. Or if I'm going too fast, too slow, whatever, you can view this as well later on. All right. Instagram Reels. Isn't that for kids? How can that benefit me? Well, it's not just for kids. It's actually being used a lot by adults, business owners. It's being used by doctors, lawyers, all of them. They use it for informational purposes. So they do share some information on what they do. They'll show before and afters, let's say it's doctor and, procedures that they've done, things like that. So it's really good as a real estate agent because a lot of people are now starting to use social media. And, there are a lot of people on Facebook and Instagram. So showing the world a little bit about yourself, a little bit about what you do, hey, can help your business as well. Because I know for me, sometimes I'll go and look at some agent's account if I'm working with someone and I'm like, oh, who am I working with? And I'll go see their business page. I'm like, oh, okay, All right. And that's how it can benefit you. Now, benefits of Reels. Reels is what Thomasina posts all the time. I'll post them too. And you can get paid for them. That's right, you can get paid. It is free marketing. Instagram promotes your Reels. You don't have to pay for it or anything. They show Reels to people that don't follow you, people that do follow you. So you can make a regular video post and then you can make a Reel post. The Reel post is the ones that are promoted for free, basically. When you post just a regular video on your Instagram, it is not promoted. It's only shown to your followers. It does help you build a portfolio in one of the most used social media networks, apart from Facebook, of course. The good thing about it is you can connect your Facebook with your Instagram. So if you do post it on your Instagram, you can go ahead and send it off right there and then onto your Facebook as well. I haven't tried Facebook into Instagram, but I do know that there's an option on Instagram. So like when I make a post on Facebook, it doesn't give me the option to post it onto Instagram as well. But vice versa, Instagram does give you the option to post it as well on your Facebook. So unless there's a new update or anything, I'm not aware of any of that. Yeah. It's okay. And that's what this class is for. And you get paid. Yes, that's right. Now we're going to go a little bit more details in that and how you do get paid because you don't get paid right away. But so we'll go into that a little bit further down. But they do pay you based on views. You don't have to have thousands of followers. You don't have to have thousands of views. You literally could have 300 views and still make money off of that. So with Reels, in the beginning of the views, that's when you get the most money. And we'll go into the details. Hey, how are you? All right. So with your Reels, you can use trending songs, sounds. I do recommend if there's something like that people are making memes about or songs that you're constantly hearing on the radio, go ahead and try to use one of those sounds because more likely it will be pushed more on Instagram and a lot of people may be looking at videos under that sound because you can click the sound and it'll show all the videos that are being created with that sound. So definitely use some trending songs or things like that. Now, make sure to have a business account because with your business account, you can see everything about your followers, like what post gets the most interaction, what time people are logged in more often. You can see genders, age gap. You can see locations. So you can see all that insights. It's called insights. And I'll show you that later on as well on the presentation. But the insights is important because you want to know what people are liking. It helps you so that you could post more similar things like that. And you can look up inspirations. So if you click on sounds, like I said, there's a bunch of videos on there. You can see what people are doing. And from that, you can create your own, kind of give it a little twist, or you can do the exact same thing. It doesn't matter. Really, a lot of people are just using the same things and just changing it up a little bit. So you could do that, or you can find it by hashtags. So hashtags is important because that also helps promote your videos. Let's say somebody is, looking, the fighting, no. So yeah, so use hashtags. Yes. So I actually looked that up a few months back, and they said to use as many as you can, which they recommend at least 30. Now, me personally, I don't use that many. I'll use like 4 or 5. Yeah, 30. I think that's the max. Yes, you can copy paste. You can Google what's trending hashtags, copy and paste it. Now, with that, it might say hashtag cute, hashtag boyfriend. So you'll want to look at all of the hashtags before you just copy and paste it. Yes, we have a question. Mm-hmm.
It will be like high
Mm-hmm.
but it has nothing to do with what's in it. Can you do that? Or do you recommend doing that?
So you can do that. And most people do that because they know it's a trending hashtag. So they're like, oh, well, it's trending. It doesn't have anything to do with my video, but I'm going to use it anyways. I've noticed that when that happens, a lot of videos don't get as much. It's almost like the algorithm kind of knows, like, hey, this has nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? So it kind of won't push you as much if it wasn't relatable. Does that make sense? So try to use relatable ones. Yes. Mm-hmm.
You told us that the hashtag has to be put in the first comment.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a thing on Reels as well, or is it just regular?
So you could do both. The reason why people put it on the comments is so that when you make a post, it's not like overwhelming on the caption stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yep. So on the comment section, you'll still get spam though, even if you put it in the comment section. Like you'll get some accounts that you don't want, or they'll start tagging you in things and whatnot. But in the comment section, it's a little bit less like in your face. It keeps your page a little bit cleaner too. And once you start getting comments on there as well, you're not going to have like as much, visible, like, oh, she's using all these hashtags. That's annoying, But yeah, use hashtags. They're good. They're good. But like he said, you can get spam from it. So, and also depending on certain hashtags that you use, Instagram may not block you, but shadow ban you. Oh. So you might want to check on that too, on which hashtags you're using, because they do shadow ban some of them. Let's say there's a certain hashtag that there's been a lot of spammers on, they'll shadow ban that, so they're not going to show your videos or anything like that. So check on that. And sometimes you could Google that and look. Okay, what are stories? So stories on Instagram are videos or pictures that you post. You could do it right there and then, bing, and they only last for 24 hours. Now, with that, it's shown on the very top of your page, not on your page, but on your timeline. So if you're looking at your timelines, you'll see stories on the top, and it kind of keeps you in the loop, in the algorithm. Instagram likes when you post, and they like when you use all that they have, all the tools that they have to offer. So you want to, do a video, you want to do a post, even a picture post, things like that triggers the algorithm. And also the way that you communicate with people. So let's say you're never liking other posts or commenting on other posts, they're not going to push your content as much as if you do interact with other people and things like that. Another good thing that helps is getting an interaction. So on your stories, you can post questions, you can do polls. When you do that, it triggers the algorithm once again and shows your story more to more of your followers because they see that there's a lot of traction. Okay, so try to do stories a few times a day. I mean, you could take a picture of your coffee and then ask a question or good morning, how are you doing? And I will show on a few slides how to make a story as well. You can add music, GIFs, you can do, like I mentioned, the polls, things like that onto your stories. And your stories can be added into your highlights. So I will show you that in just a second as well. Now, creating, you can create many different kinds of posts. So for example, here's the regular post. When you click on this right there, this little plus sign, this is from your home page. When you click on that, there will be these options. Post is just a regular picture. You can also post a video on there. Now that is not, that's not the same as Reels. Reels is being pushed more than regular posts, okay? That Reels are shown to people that don't follow you and people that follow you. Reels is the ones that you can make money off of. Now I do suggest, making a post here and there as well. Once in a while, you don't have to do them all the time. You could focus more on Reels because that's what's being pushed the most. Your story, we just discussed about that. That's the one that lasts 24 hours. And your story highlight is whatever you posted on your stories, you can save onto a specific highlight so that when people come to your page, they can click on any highlights that you have saved. And then live, let me move this so you guys can see it better. Live can be saved, it can be posted, but it is real time. So let's say you're at an event, you go ahead and click live and you can show what's going on right there and then without deleting it, if that makes sense. So, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen live videos, but it does notify sometimes your followers, hey, this person is live, and they'll get the notification. I don't know if you guys have seen that when people have gone live. So it's good to do that once in a while as well, because it will notify them and then bam, oh yeah, I forgot, I follow this person. So it just kind of keeps you in the loop and people kind of, yeah. Thomasina's here now. They're really focused. Uh-oh, don't forget it.
Which out of the which ones do you feel are most value added? Is it the Reels right now? No, when you first started, it was posts, right? And then it was stories, and now I got competition.
Yep. So Reels will show to your non-followers. Okay, that's real. Any of the other ones. Yep. And they're actually mostly pushed to your followers as well. The Reel?
Yeah.
Open to the world.
Yeah.
I've had from other countries, Philippines. Yep. I have one right now. Everywhere. Yep. Yeah. Yep. So. Yeah, you'll get some that probably don't really want to do this. Yeah, exactly. You never know. You never know. Somebody might be. Mm-hmm.
I'm also doing it for you guys to get clients. And the reason I'm doing it is because Mary Frances asked me a year ago to come out of my comfort zone. She's like, you really need to do this. So Mary Frances has almost 50,000 followers just on TikTok. I don't know everywhere else. year ago, and I just kept dragging my feet. I was like, what still works? Just started these classes, and then we did a few together, and we had a good time. I was like, okay, I'll
There's no going back now.
I started in September, really, just say October, because remember it was like the Halloween thing when I really started. But I started doing the videos and stuff. She has helped me along the way. She has really given me pointers, asked her 5 million questions.
Excuse me?
Basically from October, and I really didn't start putting it like right there, like, oh, it was like my
Yep.
I'm doing it. Yes. He was pumping me up to do them. So let's take that October. By December, I was invited, because you have to be invited to.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that too.
Hey, Mary Frances.
So that's 45, let's say 60 days. I've done that since the beginning of December.
Mhm.
Really 45, let's say 60 at the most, I was invited because I followed what she said. Like I didn't vary until I knew what was going on. And then I had a man say, look, I mean, she's already doing it. She's been doing it for years. This is what she had already done as a second. I don't know, at least 2 because of but she, and when I was like, you're not even out there, she goes, what? Anxiety of the camera.
Mary Frances,
Yes.
we cannot hear anything that is being said outside of when you're speaking. It's all mumbled, like we can't hear anything.
Okay, I'll recap it then. I'll recap it for
Okay.
you. We had a
Thank
question.
you.
Yeah, no problem.
So it's just, the more you do it, and I will this. What's going to happen starting in February? Everyone's going to be very jealous of you guys. You don't know. And I find value in teachers and yeah, I know. But in February, we're going to do some more classes, of course. I'm going to add on to that. I'm going to do weekly sessions that people can come in and do TikToks with me. And when I say TikToks, I mean TikToks. I'll show you how to use it. I'll show you how to take the watermarks off. I just got a watermarks without paying for it.
Yes.
There's a website. You don't need that anymore. You literally do it with a TikTok. Which is, it's so ridiculous.
Is it an iPhone thing though? Because I know that there's a way, but for only iPhone.
Yeah. Between the two of us, we know of almost every single thing
Mhm.
and what we don't know or research.
Yeah.
This is a second right?
Mhm.
So we want to do together. I'm going to do it once a week where you guys come in and you can do this with me.
I'll recap it, I promise.
Hopefully, it'll teach you guys feel comfortable, right? Because I'm not going to let you redo it 7 times. I can pump out. Last night, I pumped out 22 in an hour. I can pump out every 20 hours because I only do 9, 10 times, right? And I don't retake. If I retake, it might be a 7. That's it. If I'm doing that. And I will teach you that. So that's the answer. She's going to recap it and then I'm going to let her fix it. And then I'm going to in.
Yeah. I got a portion for you. Yeah. Okay. So basically what she was saying is she started this endeavor close to mid-October. And from then she started taking it really serious and she noticed that she started getting money from it a few weeks later. And I'm going to go into that too. You don't get money right away. You do have to start creating and then you'll be invited. But it doesn't take too long to be invited. It's just once they start seeing that you're actually posting. So we'll go into that. But she did say that next month, come in February, every week she's going to do a class where you guys are going to make a TikTok or Instagram reel with her. She's going to show you how you can record on TikTok and then move it to your Instagram reel and take the logo off because that does affect you. So when you post a TikTok onto your Instagram reel and it has a logo, you're not going to get as much views as if you removed. Yes. After the summer, Facebook and Instagram.
Are going to not invite people or flag you. Flag you, give you a what do they call it?
public figure.
Blacklisted?
You know how they give you like.
Oh, like a flag, like
Basically, you know, whenever you put music on there, we're like, this is copyright. We're gonna
Copyright,
do that.
yes.
We're gonna do that in our TikTok after the summer. Right now, we're in the beta testing of Reels is almost done.
You mean if you put a video from TikTok onto Instagram/Facebook, they'll flag it if it's a sound from TikTok? Okay, so towards the end of the summer,
Yep.
they're going to start something new where they're going to flag you guys if you use a TikTok sound on Instagram and Facebook. So you might want to pop them out now
Yeah.
before that goes on.
And whatever you do now, at least you'll have the video. And I guess if you want to pick out the video as well.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? You'll get flagged if you use what kind of TikTok sound, like the music?
Yes. So let's say if it's a music or somebody's voiceover or anything like that, if you transfer it from your TikTok onto your Instagram, you'll get flagged later.
Oh, okay.
But that's
Okay, I'm
towards
trying it.
the end of summer. So not right now, but towards the end of summer.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Mhm. So jump on it now. Build it up now. Well, it's still kind of new. A lot of people still like it. Okay, so this is a story post. You'll see that it's a little bit, let me pause this on. So it's a little bit different than what a reel would look like. Right here, it says create. When you click on that, it will be a colorful screen, just plain, and then you can change it to be a poll, a question, things like that. Now, you can do that later on after you record it as well. This is a boomerang. So when you do a boomerang, I'm sure you've seen them. It's basically, it records it and then it goes back. So it would be like, it would look like that. That's a boomerang. And then layout. So if you layout is if you want to add a bunch of pictures onto your story. So you can choose what layout, if you want it 4 squares, if you want it 3 as in that picture, you could do it that way. And multi-capture, it'll take multiple pictures. It'll go like that. Level, it just brings out lines for you so that you can try to get everything straight and not like a crooked picture or the roof is like, yeah, things like that. Hands-free is exactly what it says, hands-free. You just hold down that button and it'll start a countdown of 3, 2, 1, and then it'll record. It's not for pictures, it's only for videos, and then close. Here's a little video I did. It's a screen recording of a story that I made. Okay, so I clicked some of the things up here. So I recorded, I clicked on captions right there. So you can type. This right here will make a box around it. This, depending on which words you or letters you pick right here, it'll either type it out or it'll just make it big and small. Now you can click any of these picture or any of these colors. And when you click on that, see how it changed from, it was pink box, but now it's red, like that. GIF. I'm sorry if it's going too fast, but I did put it on here so that if you wanted to view it afterwards, you can kind of see what's going on. I added a GIF. Let me move this box right here. GIF. I call it GIF. It's GIF. Jorge. You're gonna be like a GIF? GIF. So this is a GIF that I added on, and all the options are up here. Here's ask me a question. That's to get people interactive in your story. And like I said, the more people get interactive in your story, the more they're going to show your stories to your other followers. Sometimes people forget who they're following, but if they see you on the top of your story, which is at the very top of their timeline, which is what you want to be in, so they remember, oh yeah, I follow this person. Here I added my website. So let's say you're at a home showing and you're showing the home around, it's your listing, and you want to link the listing from your website or any of that. You just click right here where it says link and type it in. And they can, from your story directly, they can click on that website. Here are some of the things that I added just so you guys can see. Here's all of the, oh wow, I didn't realize how quick I was going. Music, you can add music, type in whatever you want. They have all kinds of music. They have Spanish, English, you name it. They have a lot of choices. You can shrink it. Let me just pause it real quick. Okay, so with the sounds, you can shrink it so that it's not like right there in your face, and you can kind of hide it, and you can change the colors of the lyrics as well, or you can change it to be the album cover. So if you just click on that, it'll change. It'll change from the lyrics to the album cover. Some of the songs don't have the lyrics, and it will be just the album cover, but you can shrink it and then kind of hide it around. Mm. Mm. Nice. Any of these words also, you can go like that and it'll make it bigger, and it'll shrink it. Same with this, the questionnaire, or you could do a poll. What do you like more? Do you like A, peanut butter, B, jelly, C, I don't know, whatever you want. That has to do with real estate, not real estate. Not everybody wants it to be always real estate, but if it's your business page, post all real estate. But if it's your personal page, you'll want to go kind of both so that it reminds your friends, oh yeah, she's a real estate agent. But then they're like, oh, hey, yeah, that's the girl I went to school with, just kind of show them a little bit of your life too. And like I said, you don't have to do this every time you make a story. You literally could just post a picture of what you're doing. Just the reason why I do polls and things like that is, as mentioned, it just kind of triggers the algorithm, and it'll show your stories more than as if you weren't to get replies and things like that. And you can put memes. Memes is a good way to get people interactive with your stories. And in the, I'll just show you the next one. I'll show you in just a second. Okay, now highlight stories. I typed it right here just so that if you're watching this video later on again, it's easier to just see than to press play and listen to my voice. So to add a highlight, it's what you've posted onto your stories. So if there was something that you liked that you posted in your stories and you want to start a highlight, it would be this plus sign right here. So I added my personal page so you can kind of see my highlights there. I do have a real estate highlight where anything that I posted on my personal page of real estate, I'll put there so that people are like, oh yeah, let me see what she's done. And then on your business page, you could do home buyer or buyer, and then you start a highlight of any posts you have posted on your stories of buyers and sellers, and kind of like information for informational purposes. And then they can check that out, and it will be there for as long as you have it, as long as you don't delete it. And with that, it won't be 24 hours anymore. Now it's like stuck on your page. You can change your highlight covers too. Once you do the plus sign, it'll say cover, and you just change the cover. I keep it kind of aesthetically pleasing, you can say, just for the eye so it doesn't look too mumble jumble. And then I picked one, oops, let me stop that real quick. And I picked one picture for all of them, but you could do whatever you want. You can Google highlight covers and find them there. Or you can screenshot a photo you really like, and then just kind of, it has a circle, and you just pick what part of the picture you want it to be. Okay. Now I made a reel post to show you guys how you can make this as well. If it's going too fast, I can pause it for you guys. Just be like, Mary, stop. Or if you have any questions, just let me know. Okay. Now this is Reels. You can choose effects, like if you want a vintage look, if you want to have makeup on because you're like, I'm looking rough, you could do that as well. Or like I said, if you like to keep an aesthetic look for your page, you can use the same filter for every post. It just kind of keeps it clean looking. Here's music once again. Now, you're not going to see every song. You'll find most songs, but I have come across some that aren't there. Here's the timer. You can do 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute. You just click on it and it changes it. Now, right here's the speed. You would think that 1x, there's 1x, 2x, 3x, I believe, or 0.01, something like that. Anyways, so 1x is normal speed. And when you go to, let's say 3x, okay, that's going to be really, really fast. But when it's recording, it will go really, really slow. So that might confuse you. You're like, wait, no, I thought it was going to be fast paced. It will be. It's just the opposite. So if you're recording it and you want it to be slow, it'll record it super fast. Like, let's say the song is like, I love you. They'll say, oh, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But then when you actually play the video, it'll be like, oh, I love you. So keep that in mind. Whatever you want it to be, it'll be the opposite. Yes. On the very top, it shows you, but if I'll let you know now that if you're recording and you want it to be slow, it'll go really fast. Like there's no way to slow it down unless you click the right here where it says 1x, you slow it down. There's like three buttons, like where it's really, really fast, really slow, things like that. So you'll want to test the waters and see, because if you're just like wanting to look like you're walking really fast, then it doesn't really matter. But if you're trying to say some words, like, yeah, you don't want to do it. The slow motion won't work. But the slow motion's good for like if you're jumping, like things that doesn't have words that you're trying to say. Those are good if you're doing like the fast mode. Then it'll record slow and it'll play it faster. Yeah. And then here is the timer. So let's say you are recording yourself and you put your phone down. You can put the timer. You can choose how long of the song you want it to record. So you could do like 3 seconds, and then the timer goes 3 seconds, 10 seconds. You click it, press start, and then it'll record just that length. You don't have to record the whole video and then try to stop it. You can choose how long you want it to record. Okay, so I did one right here. It might be a little bit fast too, but if you have any questions, just let me know. It's just to show you guys kind of what you can do, what options they have, things like that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to choose a filter. Pick that one. And then I'm going to record with it, but so record just that bit with that filter. Then I'm going to do crop a little bit of the first part. Let me see if I can move this so you can see it. And then right here, I'm going to do split screen. So you can record just part of the screen and see how now the other one is a little bit different, but it'll be one video, one section of the video. So that's how it records. Like, let's say, I don't know, you want to record your half and then do a different look on the other side. You can do it like that. There's a timer. So you can see how quick it kind of was. Now right there, you can click right here for all of those GIFs, all the polls, things like that. Oh, I'm going to do a voiceover. So you can do that as well under your sounds. There's like a little mic on the top.
What do you do with the voiceover? Oh.
If you want to give information on something you recorded and over here, but you didn't want to record yourself doing it because you wanted to be like, okay, I messed up what I said there. Let me fix that. Okay. I'm gonna pause it really quick. Okay, so I got asked, what do you do with the voiceovers? So let's say you recorded the video, you didn't like what you sounded, you just mute the video and you can re-record yourself explaining what you're doing in that room or showing around, anything like that. Or if you want to look like you're thinking, you can do the voiceover as if it's your mind talking. You know what I mean? Like, and then one day I was thinking, like that. So that's something good for the voiceovers too. Or if you're, like I said, you messed up the video and you're like, oh. And another thing you could do is you could have voiceovers and have music at the same time. As you can see right here in the next part, you can control how loud you want your voice to be and how loud you want the music to be. Okay. And you can change your voice. You could do robot. You could do like as if you had a helium balloon. So it's like, yeah, yep. They have, and you'll see it in the video too. So I changed my voice. And then you could put the music really low, things like that. Yeah, yeah. You'll see. And it'll just change your voice. It's not going to change the music.
Selling a certain whatever on TikTok. So what you're saying is in whatever timeframe you said in the summer, if you use the TikTok with the voiceover that she said, you said that you're going to get flagged.
That's what she read. I haven't read that yet, but yeah, that's
it's not,
which I knew was going to come.
Anything related to TikTok.
Yeah, like so. I don't know if you've seen people, like I've done it too, where it's somebody else's voice. That. So like if you're using somebody else's voice, then, or if it's a song that's on TikTok that's not on Instagram, then it's going to get flagged too.
But you can.
But I'm sure it will be the same issue. Yeah.
You got to pick or choose. Pick one or the other, right?
Basically, right now you could do all, just save it and then post it on all of them.
Instagram has more sound.
Yeah, Instagram has more sounds than Facebook. TikTok has more sounds than Instagram. Yeah. I've noticed.
I like the options on Instagram more than I like the options on the platform, but I like the sound.
Yeah.
I mean, in 6 months from now, or whatever, Instagram, I'm sure is going to probably, the sounds on Instagram are going to be
probably
comparable to
merged. Yeah.
TikTok, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You recommend that we create our TikTok or Reels on Instagram because then we can share them on Facebook, right? This is what you said earlier.
You can, well, I don't know if you knew, but you can save your videos on your Instagram Reels without any of the logos or anything before you post it. So like, let's say you edit it and everything, you can click save.
Okay.
And it won't have the Instagram logo because now Instagram does the same thing as TikTok. It'll have the logo. And then you don't even have to go to a third party to remove the logo or any of that. And then you can post it on TikTok. And then from Instagram, you can automatically have it post onto your Facebook as well. And then you can share it again on your Facebook because it'll be like, oh, more shares, so that actually helps too.
Because when you post the reels on Instagram, you have to post it in the reels that you want to be invited to Facebook.
All right, so post it on both
I think
platforms.
if it's connected, you sure? Because mine shows me Facebook posts, but it doesn't actually show the reel, if that makes any sense. Like it'll promote it.
The Facebook ones are completely separate from the Instagram.
Okay.
The bonus has
Because it didn't tell me that it didn't like actually invited me, but I have a separate page that I connected when I started the business page. Okay. Yeah.
But the president, you have to post
Okay.
in the reels on Facebook. If you post in the reels on Facebook, do not share it, which you can't share it, but do not post it to your story on Facebook. Or it is a little confusing, but your Instagram, you can share it to your Instagram story from
She's saying you can share it onto your Instagram story.
Go into your Facebook story, which is fun. They're all linked together on one Instagram, which is
Basically share it onto your story, your
Reels in
page, your
Facebook.
reels, all of them,
Post
just to
directly
make sure that everybody's seeing them. It will help.
You can only count it
Not sure if you guys can hear all that, but there's a little gist.
That's what I made, 14,000.
But my,
You'll have to show me what you're talking about.
But my Instagram is connected to my Facebook business account.
His Instagram's connected to
So
Facebook
both,
business
it won't-
account.
It won't,
My personal page.
that's fine. None of them will post to the real.
Mm-mm.
None of them. will. But whatever.
You have to be invited.
That's all this is your Instagram. You'll never get Facebook. The only Facebook bonus you will get is through Facebook.
Reels. Okay. So
You can have it
we'll
there,
talk about that after.
But if you say you only invited to Facebook, but you didn't get invited to Instagram. You can have it. Or vice versa, right? You can get invited to Instagram, but not
Okay, I'm gonna,
invited to Facebook one. If you're only posting and sharing on the Instagram and you're invited to the Facebook bonus, you're not gonna get any money if you're not invited to Facebook.
So that's something that you could go ahead and put on the list for the next month. Yeah. So we can do that. Okay. Because they can't hear you in here.
There is a.
And they're just like waiting. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how I did the voice effects on my quack. That was perfect timing though. Didn't even notice. Okay, I'm gonna do the robot. And that's the robot effect. And I'm gonna change it again. I'm gonna change it to giant. You won't hear it until you go back into the video, apparently. I didn't realize that until the second time. Walk.
Walk.
And you don't have to add all this stuff, but if you wanted to, I was just showing you guys. I would definitely suggest, let me pause it. I would definitely suggest to play around with all the effects that they have, all the filters that they have. They have like a ton where you can change your face. You can change, look like a monster. You can have Snoop Dogg in the background dancing. They have all of that. So I highly recommend go ahead and play around with it, see what options they have. I just wanted to show you really quick kind of like what options there are, but there's way more than what I showed. Just play around with it and you'll see. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, it keeps.
So this is good for those who don't really like to hear themselves.
Yep.
Yeah, because a lot of people just have difficult sound like hearing themselves.
Yeah. So if you don't like your voice or anything like that, you don't even have to record a voice. You can do captions, and put music in the background. So you don't even have to show your face. You can use a filter and look like a monster, or you know what I mean? Or you don't even have to put your face at all. You can, like I did this quack, I could just write some information, and anything that has to do with real estate, and on the caption, I could put in my link where they could click on it and go to my website, things like that. So you really don't have to record yourself, because I know some of us are a little scared of the camera, which is okay. I know a lot of times I look really rough and I don't want to be in front of the camera. So just a heads up, it doesn't have to be your face. That does help though. It does help. I've noticed that. It does help the algorithm when it's your face. So, and if you tag people, that helps too. Location tags, that also helps. But you don't have to, but if you want to be seen more, then you got to be seen. That makes sense. Okay. And I think that's almost the end of the video. Oh, right here. Okay.
Is that why you edit your videos down there?
So right here is, so because I put words, like the quack, I wrote the words quack, I can choose when that word pops up. So I just drag it to wherever I want it. So for example, I try to drag it to the part where I say quack, and then I want it to disappear after. That's good for like if you're talking, it's good to have captions because some people don't have their sounds on. And that way, like if they're at work, they can still kind of get the joke or whatever you write, they can see.
Can you say that again? Because this is important.
Mhm.
Because I see a whole lot of real TikToks where people just going, boom, and
That would be this.
Okay.
That would be that. So if you have ever seen any reels, there's people that go ding and a word pops up and then they'll go ding and another word pops up and that one disappears. That would be this part. So
You see a lot of the, I've seen on real estate just do it recently, like, get pre-approved, get this,
Mhm.
get this.
Yep.
That's the
So-
standard one we've seen so far.
yeah, so you'd click here, write the word, pick the length that you want, click OK. Then you're going to go back up, type it up again, and then you're going to click the length again there. So you're going to have to different, whatever you want to say, but you'll have to do it each individually. So if you want one to show up and then you want another one to show up, you'll have to like click OK on that one and then type it up. And then right here, let's say you have multiple words, right here, all the words will show. You click on it and then you can click the length of each one or quote or
So they all
whatnot.
have their own segments right here. Sorry.
Yep. They'll have their own segment.
First time home buyer, right?
Uh-huh.
Boom. And then
Yep.
The second
The
would
next
be,
one,
pre-approval.
boom. Yep.
Boom,
And then
right?
you can make it
then-
longer, shorter. You
Okay.
can choose the length, but they'll each have their own, but you have to type it separately.
Right.
Yeah. You can't like write all the words and then press OK and then try to adjust it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can only adjust a portion at a time. And I'll show you guys that at the end of class once we get off of here, and I'll show you that way it'll make more sense. But yeah, you just type in the word again, click on the letters on the top, and then choose a length. Okay. Then press the letter again, type in whatever else you want, adjust it, and then that's it. Okay, so I think that's the end of that. I don't know, maybe I should mute it. So you guys get, okay, and then here, oh man, I'll go back, hold on. You can choose what you want your cover image to be. Let me pause it. All right, right here, see how it says also share to feed? So if you don't click that, it's not gonna show on your main page. It'll only show on the reel section. You can crop the image, which means your cover photo. So when you go onto your main page, you can crop it so that it's only a certain part of it. You can tag people. You can post to other Instagram accounts. If you have multiple, I have two. I have my business, my personal. Recommend on Facebook. You can add a location. Sometimes I'll put Virginia, and that way people know like I'm a Virginia agent, whatever. And then eventually when you get invited, it'll say on the bottom, bonuses, real plays. I don't know if you saw that, but it said real plays on the bottom. You have to make sure that when you post a video that it says that and that you check mark that, because if not, you won't get paid. However, you have 24 hours. If you didn't check mark that, you'll have 24 hours to check mark that to add it onto your bonus.
It says
Yep.
real place.
Yep, real plays. Well, that one said bonus. Yeah. But when you go to, you have to make sure it's checked. Well, once you get invited, so in the beginning, it wasn't doing it every time for me, but then eventually like it does do it for you, but you want to make sure anyways, because sometimes it won't be automatic and then sometimes it will be automatic. So they're kind of tricky. They try to get you. And if you don't notice that,
That's money
then
lost.
that's money lost, which happened to me one time. But then I found out that you have 24 hours to click on that again and make it into your bonus. You just click on the edit, like you're going to edit the video or the caption or whatnot, edit, and then I'll scroll to the bottom and it says bonus play and click on that. And they'll pay you, backtrack whatever you had already got views or whatever, they'll pay you for that as well. But you just got to make sure you do it within 24 hours because after 24 hours, you don't get paid. So always make sure when you're posting the reels, once you're in it, that it's clicked. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next page now. Okay, so setting up a business account. Oh, hold on. Can you guys hear me? Say low system resources may affect your audio quality. Okay, so in the Instagram app on the top, you're going to go to profile, then select the menu on the top right. If you want to do that, you select settings, then select account. You scroll to the bottom of that and it asks you to switch account type. It'll say personal or business. You'll want to switch it to business because that's how you'll get paid. And you can change it to creator. You can change it to real estate agent. You just type in what it is that you do and it'll be on there. And you can have it where it doesn't show on your page as well, on your main page, but I would keep it anyways because you're a real estate agent. You want people to know when they click on it that you're a real estate agent. So then there's that. And I wrote it like this so that you guys can go back and follow along. Okay, now adding a bio and website. If you go on the main page, on your homepage, it says edit profile. That's where you're going to put your name, your username. If you want to change your username, you can do that. Now you can only do it a certain amount of times, you know, pronouns, your website, a bio, do a hashtag. Mhm. Honestly, you could do both. So for example, like I did hashtag realtor. So it's going to show up either way. The username? For example, Captain Mortgage, that's his username. Home with Mary Frances. Hold on. Yeah. Some people use realtor.
What is your
I suggest putting something, like, okay, so if you're known for, oh, she asked me if we should use some term, like real estate term as your username. So I suggest that you have something that you want to be known for. It does help if you have realtor in there, like when people search for a realtor. But a way that you can get around it is in your bio. If you write realtor, hashtag realtor, then you're easy to be found. Yeah. So like mine is home with Mary Frances. People aren't going to, like, if they type in at realtor, that, you know, I might not pop up. But because I wrote hashtag realtor and I wrote 757, the algorithm will kind of be like, oh, well, we know that your location is Hampton Roads area and this person has 757 in their bio. So you want to make sure that you use realtor somewhere in your main page. So whether it's in your name, whether it's in your username, or whether it's in your bio. So that way you're able to be found quicker and add your location. So I did a little pinpoint thing right there, just so that Instagram kind of knows if somebody's looking for a realtor, they'll be like, oh, well, location, you know. That's a little emoji. Yeah, yeah. Just an emoji from my keyboard. But you can also copy and paste like on Google if you want a specific, like, no, just like if you want a little picture or something like that, you can just say Google, copy, paste. But captions, you got to write captions. Yeah. Did you have a question?
When you're also setting up your business like strategy,
Realtor. Yep.
Real estate and realtor as an option.
Yep. And then instead of creator, it could be realtor, real estate, because that's what mine says too. And then on your bio, you know, you can have a quote. So, or if you have, you know, a logo that you're known by or anything like that, you could use that on there. Now on the page, let me move this again. Right here is your Facebook page that's connected to it. So this is my business Facebook page. Right here, as she mentioned, you can pick your category. So of course, real estate agent, because that's what I am. Okay, and then contact options. I have it just my email, but you could put your phone number too if you feel comfortable, or if you have like a business line that you don't mind putting out there, you can put that on there as well. You just click on the contact options and it has email, it has phone number, and I believe it might have an address. I'm not sure to recall, but it does have that option. So I have email, and when you click on my homepage, it has an email button that they can just click and it'll email me, which I had a couple of people actually email me on there. But for the most part, people will DM you, which is a direct message. That's what DM stands for, direct message. They'll DM you on Instagram and you have to go into your messages, but sometimes it's on an other folder and you'll have to click on that. It'll show like requests. You'll have to click on that to view those, because I did have one on there that was a request. Somebody wanted to buy a house and sell their house. So look into that. Look into your other inboxes. Make sure you don't forget that. All right, so making money off your reels. Now, you do have to create some reels in order to be asked to join the bonuses. It doesn't take too long as you're consistent with them, then they'll ask you and they'll show up on the very top. But you do have to have a business page, which in this case would be real estate agent. Or you could do creator if you want to do it on your personal page as well.
What do you categorize as consistent?
What do you categorize as consistent, she asked. So you want to post at least 3 times a week. Honestly, Instagram wants you to post more. So what they say is at least once a day, but I know that's a lot for a lot of people, especially starting off. Okay, so you want to have at least 3 reels a week, but the golden number is at least once a day. And once a few stories, I think they said, because I had looked this up a couple months ago, and it was like 10 stories a day. It was 1 post a day. They want you to switch it up from reels to regular posts and all that. So that's a lot, but to start off at least 3 a week, which only takes a few seconds. So. Mm-hmm.
Is there a website like later.com? Is there on the website like that to kind of auto post your reel, or is it just regular screen?
So his question is there a website that you could auto post onto your page for later on, so you can just set it and then it'll post? Load 20 reels and then have it post in each day. So yes, they do. However, and they have apps for that too. I don't suggest it because it triggers Instagram that it is spam. So I used to do that and I wasn't getting anything. And I stopped. I deleted the app. I took my account off of it so they didn't have access to it. And I noticed that I was getting more views. I was getting, more likes, I was being seen more. So yes, you can do it. I don't suggest it. If you look it up on Google, it specifically says that it's not good to use. So I know that it's easier for us and it's probably better for us, but I don't suggest it because of that. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. So there is a draft folder and they have that on Reels too. So they have draft on Reels and draft on TikTok. So you can record them all in one day. And then when you're like, oh, I got to post it at this time, bing, bing, you just, post whenever you want them. Now, I do suggest that because that makes it easier on you. You don't have to feel like you have to create everything right there and then post it right there in that moment, But if you do 1 day a week where you record all of them and just put them in your drafts, you can do that. But I don't suggest using a third-party app. You don't want any third-party apps connected to your Instagram because it automatically triggers Instagram to think that you're spam or that you're being spammed or things like that. So yeah. And I looked really into that.
Our marketing coach, just like what she does on Instagram.
Yeah.
And she literally said like later.com is how she gets all of her stuff. And then Russell Bryant's another one that uses, not later, but he uses another website that auto posts on Instagram. I'm not saying they're wrong.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I Googled and looked at multiple. And also, if you go on Instagram under the Reels, there's a section where they have videos from Instagram, like the Instagram. I don't know if he's the owner, but from Instagram where they actually talk on there and then they give you tips and tricks and things like that too. So you can look into that too. And they have like videos for a long time. But yeah, if you look it up, I don't suggest it. You can try it, but yeah, it triggers it. Yeah. So, yeah. So, and I've never heard of later.com. So maybe that's something that is, used with Instagram, like if they're
Yeah.
together, but if it's a third-party app, I don't suggest it.
Meta probably owns them, right?
Yeah, if it's something that's like connected specifically with the company, then you can use them. I never heard of them, but I know that third-party apps triggers them. And yeah, so like I said, I don't know about later.com. So yeah. So he asked about later.com. Was it later.com you said? Okay, later.com. You guys can look into that. I personally haven't looked into that, but I do know, and this is from, their Instagram videos that you could see, that third-party apps actually triggers it to look like spam. So I will look into that later.com and look into that. So, okay. Now that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Let's make some reels. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Nope, not yet. Wait, well, it's your turn. I'm just asking them if they have any questions. Nope, okay. Thomasina's gonna talk now about how she made over 14K in 1 month. Yeah, over 14K. So go ahead.
So the one thing that you all need to do, hopefully you can see me, lovely people. The one thing that you all need to do is you start posting in Reels, okay? In Facebook and in Instagram separately. You have to post inside the Reels portion. You can't just like post it on your page, right? You need to post it in the Reels, then you can share it. Like I had told you earlier about Instagram. You do the same thing in Facebook. You put it in the Reels, then you share it to your Facebook page so that other people will get more at it. I saw anywhere from 30 to 50% increase within the first 2 hours when I shared it on my page, as opposed to just leaving it on the Reels. So I do know that works. We did it again yesterday with Jessica, who got set up with it. She immediately bumped 200 extra people the minute she put hers on. We waited like 6 hours then because I was like, we're waiting for you. You're not making any money yet. We're waiting. We're going to test this out. She bumped up 200 people, and then she bumped up 500 views. So whenever you get this invite, it's really hard to set it up after you get the invite. Like there's nothing on it. I'm really good at it now. I'm going to be available once a month to do this with you guys. But I'm going to tell you, the first time I did it, it took me 4 days to do my own. The second time I did it with somebody, it took me 4 hours. Yesterday I did it in an hour with this. I'm getting better. They've really made it hard, not on purpose. They're just going so fast because they are trying to get this up and running and get this to take off so that they can take over the Reels world, because they don't own TikTok and they're really mad they're not making that money and they don't want to buy TikTok. So they're trying to do what they can to do their own. You have to post 2 to 3 times a day your first 60 days. Yeah. Reels.
Yeah. Once
2 to 3 times a day for the first 60 days. I only spent 2 to 3 hours a week doing that. I do wardrobe changes. I can pump out now even more, but I do wardrobe changes. I do a bunch. I go through. If you look on my thing I looked yesterday, just so I would have it for today, I only spend 22 minutes a day on Instagram. I spend 23 minutes a day on TikTok. And then Facebook was a lot, but it has, I can't tell which one, because I only do Reels and stuff on the Instagram stuff. I couldn't tell, but it said 3 hours, but it keeps going, so I can't tell if that really is it or not, because I really don't spend that much time on it. Yes.
How do you find the content?
We'll get there. So whenever you are posting the 2 to 3 days and you put that time in, make sure that you do in the very beginning until you get better at being able to do these faster. Just do an hour a day. Just an hour a day. And then, yep. And then, and then as you go through your life, like today, I was just saying here, I'm going to end up making another TikTok. I have that bunch of videos. Put one together later. The first month that I did it, it was $14,483 that I made. It will continue to be less, of course, as time goes over, because Facebook is really pumping money out, right? They're pumping money out to everybody right now. But you're crazy to miss this train. I don't care if I ever get paid again. It was literally worth the 2 to 3 hours a week that I did that first month to get $14,483. Now there's more technical stuff I'll go into, but to get the content, you need to look at everybody else's stuff. Follow realtors, follow me. Honestly, The easiest way to get content is just do what I'm doing right now. It obviously worked, right? Everything is a repeat. When you go through TikTok, it's people doing the same sound, same thing with a couple different words, right? Sometimes it's the exact same words. Who knows? Find other realtors in other areas who are doing it and copy it. Copy mine. You can come up with it on your own, but in the beginning, until you're comfortable, just rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Just keep doing it until you start going. But you've got to do 2 to 3 a day for the first 6 hours. You're not going to get invited. You can get invited in 2 weeks. You can get invited in a month and a half. I can't guarantee you're going to get invited in the first 60. But you need to do that in order to get invited. And this invite window is running down because they're expecting everyone to, oh man, like I did. They just made all that money. Well, they don't want it to be everyone. Then it's not exclusive anymore, right? So this window is running down. I'm on a forum now. I did 3 different forums because no one knew what the heck or how to do anything because there's nothing. You can't get in touch with Facebook anymore. When you call Facebook, they say there is no phone support. I finally found a way to email them directly. They're emailing me back within 24 hours. I shared that to a forum that I'm actually on that I just found. There's only 132 people on one forum and 500 on another. That's it. That's on these forums. And there's nothing out there to help you with this. There's maybe 3 little YouTube videos. It's so new. I literally hit the cusp of it and you guys are going to hit it too. It's so new, but it's going to start to wind down. But if you all do not start posting 2 to 3 videos a day, you're going to miss it. And then you're going to be mad because you're doing all this, right? And you're not getting any money. You're not getting views because we're going to pump those people up. Cragen told me that he goes, it looks like you're on like social media. He's like, that to me. I'm like, well, you see me all day. I am not on social media. I'm not. Now I have a girl, I pay her $500 a month and she does all of my answering my stuff and everything, because obviously if I make that, I can pay a portion of it out for someone else to do it, right? I still do my own videos. No one really helps me with that. I just do them. They're fun. You'll get the hang of it really quick. Your mind will start to think, like when I see other things, I'm like, oh, I could buy that with real estate. Oh, I could put that with real estate. I could put that with real estate. Stay in your niche. You literally just need to find it, whatever it is. It may not be real estate. It may not be real estate. I mean, I'm not telling you have to do real estate. I'm just saying it's just it blew up right after I did it. I'm not saying I'm the reason that it blew up, but I didn't see so many people doing real estate stuff on Facebook and all this until I started doing it. And everybody in the area started doing it. Everyone was coming up and asking. I had some girl at TJ Maxx last week. I'm like, do you leave on TikTok? She's like, I'm a realtor. My name is Jennifer, but I don't remember her last name. And I said, it's so nice to meet you in the middle of TJ Maxx. Like that. She goes, I know, weird, right? And I went, kinda. Yeah. Yeah, and so we just laughed though. Because we're just standing there though. And she's like, I don't know. I just had to say, I said, well, you probably just kind of feel like you know someone because you see them so much, right? So we just stood there and laughed. And I was like, this would be a hilarious TikTok. Like, and so then your mind starts going like that, right? Like, it's like when she said Jeff, and I was like, I hear it both ways. That really would be, because everyone, it's really 50-50. And she was like, it's cat. And I was like, haha, yeah, okay, it's a trigger, right? It's a trigger for some, right? And then she was like, I'm going to say, I said, no, I like Jeff, right? It's a trigger. And here's the thing, whether they love you or hate you, they're going to get you more views. There was a lady day before yesterday, and she put stupid on my thing. Now, the one thing I have not given away is I really like responding to the trolls. It warms my heart. I was just so happy. And so she said, stupid. And I sat back crying face and I said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I offended you. Is there anything I can do to make this up to you? Please take this as a token that I would never want you to ever think that I am stupid or have such a bad day that you would write this on someone's post because of me. I could have she just put stupid. She sat back and said, please accept my apology. I had no idea you had this many followers. I thought you were someone new. I see now. I'm so sorry. Wow. I've never had, this is the first time I had that happen. Then I said, no worries, sending you much love. And I hope you have a better day. She said, and by the way, you were beautiful. I said, well, thank you. Oh, wow. I said, you know what? I said, brains and beauty. Sounds like I only got one. And she said, LOL, I'm really sorry. And this is in the post. And so we're going back and forth. And so if you go back and forth with them, like a lot of people just want to block them or remove them. It boosts the engagement. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they attack them. They attack them. Yeah. Yeah. And then I like to, okay, so I go in, like I had one where they went back and forth like that because somebody said, Oh, it's the one where I did, it went really high. I was like, I think you know where this is about to go. And I put like a contract in the trash because it was a low offer.
Oh, yeah.
And all these realtors came on, they were like, you can't do it. You have to present the offer. I said, yes, I didn't present. You are insinuating it. And that is a horrible realtor. And that is against the code of ethics. And I said, also against the code of ethics is calling another realtor a horrible realtor because you can't do that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove your post. And that way you don't get turned in for ethics. Mine was a blank piece of paper, but I'll leave it up there if you really want to keep going. All these other people jumped in and said, why are you on her for that? I can't believe you just, and they just kept going and going and going. So finally, like 7 or 8 people in, I said, okay, at this point, I'm literally a referee and I'm going to see who has the best response. Go. You just feel it. Yeah.
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 Right.
Yeah. You've got to have thick skin. They're going to call you ugly. They're going to call you stupid. They're going to say you're a whore. They're going to say that you one person. Yeah. How unprofessional of you. I would never use a realtor like that. They're going to say so many things. Like, great. Because everyone else is going to say, I have one that there was nothing. Well, I mean, there was like maybe 25% was good. 75% was bad. And I loved it. I was like, keep going, because everyone who responded didn't understand real estate. And the 25% was good. Understood. What were you going to say? Yeah. It boosted. It boosted. They're going to. They're going to say that you're the ugliest person I've ever seen. It will happen. You are the ugliest person I've ever seen. And I mean, it'll happen. It will happen. That's the ugliest outfit I've ever seen. One person said, you need to grow up and realize that you are 30 and not 20 outfits. I said, beyond, I'm 44. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And everybody else just started commenting on, I was like, grow up. But, you just, but you're going to get the haters. That's what they do. That's what they like to do. She did one with her husband one time and they were like dogging on her because it was like a little joke of like how she was going to bed and he was like going to come to bed for some, And she was like, and they just, it's like, easy guys. It was a joke. We obviously have 2 kids. So, yeah. And it was a song. Yeah, it was a song that said, and people were just, they just wanted it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so just be prepared for that. There's a lot.
Literally like Instagram feed say, seriously, like I think I should
Yeah. And then, but whenever, just know that those are going to come. I had one where I was texting and it's actually about to hit 1 million now, and it was like, I think my husband that I don't want to be here anymore. I don't like half the people here. And he texted back and said, it's your, one person said, you better enjoy your family before they're gone. This is sad. I said, that's sad. So then someone else was like, oh my gosh, did you just put stuff on her family? I was like, yeah, they did. I put a finger, I was like, they did. It was them. And they were all just like, I was like, oh, yes. Yes, that's so good. Yeah. But it's great though, because it boosted. And then when I saw hers on that, I was like, so this is how my mind works, right? You got to just do it until your mind gets this way, guys. Okay. So when I saw that on hers, I was like, oh, I got to get Jessica. Her and I are going to be outside while that fight is going on. And she's going to be like, I'm like, they're using an online lender. So you know what I mean? Like, but I saw it on her reel. She didn't do anything with real estate, but I just made it into real estate. Think of the things that you go through on a daily basis. It starts going. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it will. And it'll just, your brain will just turn over and start doing, like, I don't even, when I'm on TikTok or anything, and I do go through a few, I don't even go with anyone that isn't funny or knowledgeable anymore. Like the hate speeches, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to do it. Like, I just want to do the funny and knowledgeable ones, because once you get people to follow you because you're funny, or once you get people to follow you because of the knowledge, then you start to sprinkle it in. So now I'm going to start sprinkling in things of knowledge of real estate. Like, we've already done a few, but now I'm going to only have to do one a day now. I don't have to do the 2 to 3, right? To do one a day, but of the week, one will be knowledge, whether it be how to do more things on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, or things about real estate, with appraisers and different people. So it's hard to get started, but it is far from impossible. If I can do it, and I work 70 hours a week in real estate, minimum. I work 70 hours a week in real estate, minimum. I've got 2 kids. I've got a husband, right? I've got things that I need to do as well. I'm also running a brokerage. Like, if I can do it, y'all can do it. I'm not saying that you're not working 70 hours in real estate. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you don't have kids. I'm not saying you don't have a husband. I'm just saying I do too. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I work more than you. I'm just saying I do too. Fitness is equal, right? Equal. I know. But it's okay. Like, it's not for everyone. If you don't want to do, you don't want to do it. I think you really want to do it. I do. I think you really want to do it. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. We're not telling you have to. We're just giving you another avenue to possibly make some money right now. I'm not telling you you're going to make $10,000 every single month for the next however long. You may not even get invited to, but I really have a strong feeling that if you do this on all 3 platforms, sooner or later, you're going to get invited to one. She does have fun doing it. Yeah. But this isn't something that we're going to keep you accountable for, right? This is a second income. This is a gift to you. We're not going to keep you accountable just like we do with, okay, did you make your calls? Did you do this? We're not going to do that with this. This is something like, hey, we're having, you guys got to come. You got to be here. You got to show up. We're going to teach you. We're going to do everything we can to help you. We cannot do one-on-ones with everybody on this. That's why we're going to have these classes. That's why I'm going to do with everybody, once a week, and to be able to come in and do them. And the nice thing is, whenever I put my thing up to do it, we're going to take your phone. We're going to do the same thing. You're going to have the exact same video that I'm doing, and you get to put it out.
Well, like we talked about the other day, Jules, getting organic through your sphere of your own social media.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, if you post, people will follow you on your sphere.
Yep.
Whether they live here,
Mm-hmm.
Jersey, or California, it doesn't matter. Your brokerage is nationwide.
Yeah.
So it's great for you because you're going to get your referrals.
You're going to get referrals. Absolutely.
That you worked with 10 years ago, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a direct correlation. I'm not going to share the whole story because it's boring, but there was a direct correlation between me not posting and me posting on Instagram.
What he's saying is that you guys will get referrals, because don't think just because someone contacts you from another area that you're not going to make money. You'll get referrals on that, on all the social media platforms, and that you're able to put that out, because we're with Keller Williams, you can get referrals on those. So you can punch them to other people in order for you to get it.
In real estate.
Mary Frances is just saying it's a billboard that will constantly remind people that you are in real estate and put you in front of people, especially if you're getting more hits. Would you say 80% of your referrals from that? She said between 70 and 80% of her referrals came from social media.
Yeah. I just post like this or that, and I'll be like stories as well.
So if you put a hashtag on your story, you're saying that it'll still go through the algorithm of different people who are realtors or
Yeah.
or
Yep.
whatever.
Because I've noticed that when I use hashtag in my story, or I tag like a company, like views go up.
Yep.
A lot. And you want to see. I'm not saying you do this as a career. You don't want to get a career. You don't want to get but you do want to at least remind people, even if it's just days a week, that you are a realtor. Because I've had friends like, oh yeah, you're a realtor. I need to look about my friends will do this, my friends will do that. person who doesn't realize with real estate, but bringing in that, you know, the views and all that, and saying,
Yeah.
hey, I'm a realtor.
Yeah, my Facebook personal page is one that actually got invited. It was none of my business pages. It was my personal page got invited, and it turns it into professional mode, and then that makes you a public figure. When that happens, it makes all of your stuff public. Now you can individually make things to go only to the people who are friends with you, but it makes it go public. And then I have it was 30 days on the 9th that I switched it. So it was 30 days on the 9th. I have already racked up 11,500 extra followers.
Wow.
That's good. Can we talk about
I'll let you come up here so they can hear you too.
Those are some tips and tricks. We're going to get more. If you guys have any other questions, text me or email me. I'll get back to you throughout the day. We can help with that too.
Thomasina said if you have any questions, you can call her or text her throughout the day. Oh, text and email, not
I'll
call,
be able to answer.
not call. Text and email. Text and email her.
So I did not do Instagram until
Okay. She didn't do Instagram until she became a realtor.
You can probably come up there. This is like a so I didn't do Instagram until
Became a realtor.
I only created a business account.
Okay.
And like if you're one, how you getting recognition? Like if people organically find you or do you have to and then there's what you recommend having more routes for different
So it's not that easy managing two, you can say. I have two just because I didn't want anybody to see my personal, like people that I didn't know to see my personal. Now I don't care as much, but I kind of wanted to keep my personal life and my business life separate. So like, for example, if I'm talking to a new lender that I've never met before, I don't want him to see my personal page. I want him to see my business page because they might be like, oh, she doesn't take this, you know what I mean? It just kind of keeps it separately. But I also wanted my friends and my family to remember that I'm a realtor, and that's why I have two. And I already had a personal page. Instagrams. This is my Instagram. I have two Facebooks too, but you can start a page. Yeah. But Thomasina has both.
What I do is I actually have my page printed.
So they can hear you.
So
You can log in onto both. Well, like mine is a page under my personal account. So it's public, not my personal page, but my page is my business page is public, but I can click on it from my personal page because they're connected. They're linked.
Yep.
So if I'm doing this, do I need to decide to post two fronts or should I just be pushing one?
One. Your business page. You want to push one. I push two because I do family stuff and reels that have nothing really to do with, you know.
But if your other personal page is business as well,
I only have the one that's one.
Okay.
I just
Yeah.
didn't know.
that's
Just-
fine. Yeah.
Focus on the one.
But on Facebook, I mean, right? You have both? Both of those.
Yeah.
Reels. You have to go into Reels on both. You can't share. Go to Reels on both. Then you can share and do whatever you want. And Reels on both, post both, and post another. On Facebook, if you have I have one just for my family, you know, and then I have another one. And if I want my family to see these Reels, because if I go to the other one and I post Reels and I get invited, I have to open that up to public again, right? That's part of the rule. You open it to public when you do it. I don't ever want to do that. So I'm not going to post Reels over there. But what I do is whenever I do it, if it's one that I want my family to see, because they don't care about the real estate ones, you know, if it's one I want my family to see, I do and I put myself in it and they're able to see it on my page.
I have like my personal page and then I have my personal like account.
Mhm.
And then I have my business.
Yep. Both. Yep. Do
No,
on both of
no.
in Reels. Go into Reels
Yeah.
to post on both. And it's the same video. You're gonna do TikTok, Instagram, Reels, right for you. All the same.
And so
You're
we're
gonna do
saving
it.
it so that we can post it on each account.
Yep.
Business
Yep.
first
And if you do a long description with a hashtag, copy it, send it to yourself in a text. All you have to do is copy and paste it. Save yourself some time.
Does anybody online have any questions?
Yeah, 'cause we gotta stop.
Yeah,
at
we gotta-
11:30.
Yeah, we kind of went over, so. If you guys don't have any questions, like Thomasina said, you can text her or you can email her. You can email me too. It's my first name, Mary Francis, aw.com. And I can actually write my phone number on the chat. Hold on, where is it? Maybe I can't. Where? Oh, yeah, right there. Okay, thank you. I'll put my phone number on here. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Bye. Three, 7, 7, 3. 8.
Maybe you're.